So I come for witness it with my two eyes. I decide to go live to give you all a view.
Magma is slowly oozing out, building this dome. And again, the question we keep getting all the time is how quickly can it go from an effusive to an explosive eruption?
Yeah.
Ever give up the vibes, I'm not foolish.
It is no secret that right now Soufriere is effusively erupting. Just like it's no secret that the coronavirus positive cases are skyrocketing straight to the moon right now in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Look at the current affairs of our country. So what are we currently doing with that information, or with those information I should really say? How are we living, and what are our plans for the future? In this video, I'll be talking quickly about what was laid upon my heart on New Year's Day and what kind of changed my mindset and also outlook about the current affairs right now in Vincy. You know what I mean? It is my encouragement and also warning for us that we do not take the time that we have now, or the little bit of normalcy that we have now, for granted. Please, 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 please do not take it for granted. You see, on the 29th of December, the Tuesday, when videos start circulating and posts will start being made and persons were starting to talk that Soufriere smoking, and persons started to smell sulfur more strongly up in the northern side of the country. When that day happened and we started to hear reports and then got the final report from UE Seismic Research Center as well as NEMO that there's activity up in Soufriere and it's actually erupting. And then later on we found out that it was erupting effusively, basically meaning that magma is slowly oozing out and it's forming a new dome. It's forming a new dome, but it's just smoking currently. So on Tuesday midday or Tuesday afternoon, when I was going through my WhatsApp statuses and it was all over the place that the condition that's happening up in Soufriere, and then my co-workers start coming in and persons start talking, and there were a bit of sarcasm, a bit of fear, a bit of concern, and currently it still has not erupted. And then I realized of days following, the Wednesday, then Thursday being Old Year's, and then Friday being New Year's Day, I start to see that we started to move from being concerned about the situation to kind of making it into a joke, a light-hearted situation and stuff like that. And on New Year's Day, I was having a conversation with my girlfriend about, the whole situation and it being a new year and moving forward. And it really hit me. Well, first she said that, on the 29th, the Tuesday, Soufriere could have just erupted like that without warning, but instead it just smoked. And then it hit me right then and there that it's true. It's like if God is giving us grace, extending mercy, showing us a potential danger and allowing us time to get ourselves right. So my question to everyone viewing this video, what are we doing currently with the information that we have pertaining to Soufriere and also to the increase in positive cases, local cases, I must say? What are we doing with that information? Would we then be trying to change our lives, seek God, pray more, get our relationship with God serious? What are we doing? Because if we're just there sitting back waiting for things to get normal, just so that we could do the things that we were doing before and live our life however the wind blows and stuff like that, and specifically not studying God, well then that is a problem. Because you see, in Genesis, when God instructed Noah to build an ark because he would be destroying the earth via flood, he was also instructed to go and tell persons to come into the ark. Come in the ark, be safe and whatnot, because it's going to rain. You guys don't want to dead. And back in those days, at that time, rain, or the concept of rain, or the idea that water falling from the sky wasn't a thing. You see, water would have risen from the ground and kind of wet the plants and stuff like that, and they're able to get, to get water to drink and everything along that line. So the concept of rain wasn't there. So persons more than likely would have looked at Noah and be like, yo, you're a madman. What are you talking about? That ain't gonna happen. Left we alone. And then Christ then in the Gospels then said that up until the final day when Noah got in the ark, people were drinking and partying and getting married, basically living their normal lives, and then boom, rain start fall, water start rise, man start banging pan the door, Noah let we in, let we in, let we in. But guess what? God already shut the door. That was it. So are we going to be reactive just like persons in the day of Noah? And I brought up that scenario because the principle is God gave the people a grace period to get yourself right, get into the ark. Right now, possibly we're living in that grace period. Now, I'm not saying that Soufriere will erupt today, tomorrow, next week, next month. I'm not saying that. What I'm really saying is that we have the knowledge that currently magma is oozing out. What are we doing with that knowledge? Same with coronavirus. When it just came, our persons were all concerned, but then when the cases started to drop and we realized it's only imported people are the positive cases, we start to get relaxed and living like if corona ain't around, and myself included. But then when we start to see local spread and it's starting to skyrocket, right now persons still not doing anything or trying to change their behavior. We cannot be reactive all the time. We have to start being proactive. We have to start being initiators. And that's the thing right now I'm seeing within myself and within my community, within St. Vincent, both spiritually and also physically, that we tend to just be reactors. Only when things start to get bad, I can start to pray more, I start to read, God, I go fast, give me 4 steps to do, God, help us, help us, help us, help us, help us, when we should be initiators. So, Soufriere is active, magma is oozing out, and it's forming a new dome. What are we going to do with that information?